What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, successors? Y'all, man, technical difficulties, but we always got to get it worked out. Y'all, what's going on? Welcome to Speak Your Success in the Morning. I'm Jonathan Jones, and y'all, today we got a great show for you today. We got a great show for you today. And as you all know, we're live every single Monday through Friday. All right, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard to 7 a.m. Central Standard. All right, so y'all, if you are not connected with us and you're not following us on all of our social platforms, you want to make sure to get connected to Speak Your Success in the Morning. Okay, Speak Your Success in the Morning. You can just type in that handle on Instagram. You can find us there. You can find us there. Of course, we're on LinkedIn. That's the professional network. And y'all, you can know, and TikTok. Got to be on TikTok, right? If you're not on TikTok, then are you even moving? Are you even shaking? But be sure to get connected with us on those platforms. Today is April 23rd, 2025, and y'all already know it is a great day to be alive. All right. So, y'all, like I said before, we got a great show for you today. And I don't want to waste any time this morning. And today we're going to go ahead and get straight into the source or straight from the source. And for today's topic, what I want to talk about just a little bit, I want to talk a little bit on the topic of belief. And the reason why I wanna hit on and I wanna talk about belief is because y'all, the crazy thing, I was talking to my dad literally yesterday, and the crazy thing about belief is that many people think they actually believe, but the fact of the matter is their actions don't back up, nor do their actions show that what they believe to be true is really what they believe to be true. And I'm gonna go into that just in a little bit more depth in a second. But y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get into straight from the source. All right. I wanted to. Oh, check, check, check. Oh wow, I mean my yeah. And y'all, the reason why I want to hit on Mark chapter 9 is because this is when Jesus is moving around, right? Moving around, moving around. And during this time, I'm gonna walk it back a little bit actually. I'm gonna walk it back, walk it back, walk it back. And then here we go, here we go. So right here, starting at verse 17. And this is when there's people that's trying to dispute with Jesus, challenge Jesus, all these different things. But we're gonna walk it right here. Right here at verse 17, excuse me. And one person from the crowd answered him, Teacher, I brought you my son. I brought you my son because he has this spirit on him that makes him unable to speak. So that's mute. Okay. And whenever it seizes him, it slams him to the ground and foams at the mouth, and it causes him to grind his teeth and become stiff. Right. And I told your disciples so that they would cast it out, but they could not do it. Let's pause for a second. Why is that relevant here? It's relevant here because the disciples are the people who was walking with Jesus. They seen Jesus do signs and wonders and miracles, but then the question becomes, well, if they saw him do that, wouldn't that or shouldn't that cause them to shift their belief, right? If y'all with me, drop something in the comments just so I know you rocking. So then verse 19 says, and he answered to them and said, O unbelieving generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring him to me. Jesus said, I had enough of this. I had enough of this. Y'all are walking with me. Y'all are rocking with me. Y'all are rolling with me. But at the same time, when it comes time for you to do something, now you're not even about that life. All right. Then verse 20 says, and they brought the boy to him. When he saw the spirit, immediately threw him into convulsions, and he was falling out on the ground, and he began to roll around, foaming at the mouth. And his father said, and he said to his father, how long has this been happening? Right? So Jesus isn't just going in saying, I'm about to do this miracle. I'm about to make this happen. Because one thing that's dope about Jesus is Jesus likes the deck stacked against him. right? We've all seen any of those poker movies, those casino movies, to where there's people who are in a space and in a place to where we've seen those movies to where people are in a space and in a place to where like the cards are stacked against them, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna bet the house, and then when they win, everybody goes, ah, it was a great movie. But Jesus is trying to get clear on what the situation. Hey, what's happening here? How long has this been happening? Okay, got it. The Father says it's been happening since childhood. Let's keep going, y'all. I get wrapped up in this text. I get excited about the text. Then it says it often has thrown him into the fire and into water to kill him. But if you can do anything, take pity on us and help. This man is talking to Jesus. If you can do anything, take pity and help. Have you ever been talking to your parents and then your parents tell you, watch who you talking to? Right? Like, because they know that there's a level of respect. They know that there's a level of, what's the word? That they know there's a level of respect. They know that there is a certain level that you should be approaching them with, right? And the guy says, if you can do anything, take pity on us and help. But Jesus said to him, if you can. Jesus like, this is interesting. Do you know who you're talking to? You must have got me confused with somebody else. All things are possible to the one who believes. Immediately the boy's father cries out, I do believe. I do believe. And then you see that semicolon. Y'all, this is very important. It says, I do believe, but help my unbelief. When Jesus saw that a crowd was rapidly gathering around, like I said, Jesus likes the deck stacked against him, and said, I rebuke this unclean spirit. You mute and deaf spirit, I command you to come out of him and do not enter again. Verse 26, we're about to bring it home. And after crying out and throwing him into terrible convulsions, it came out of the boy. And the boy became so much like a corpse that much of them said he's dead. But Jesus said, look at him. He grabbed him by the hand and raised him up. And when he came into the house, his disciples began to ask him privately, why is it that we could not cast out? He said to them, this kind cannot come out by anything except for prayer. Y'all, the word of the day that I have for you during our Straight from the Source is a few things. The first thing is belief, because your belief will determine your actions, and your actions will determine your outcome. For me in my life, there have been many of times, and even right now in my life, y'all, right now in my life, there can be times where I feel challenged. I'm like, oh God, I want to get out of this. I don't need to be here. Why am I here? But the area that I have to focus on is the belief. Because if I believe that God has put me in the place that he's put me in for a time such as this, and I know that to be true, then that should drive the action. That should drive my attitude. That should cause me to shift some things as opposed to complaining and whining and moping and being in this state, right? Help my unbelief. The man says, I want to believe so bad, but that's all that I have in me. I can't believe within myself. Help my unbelief. So he's asking for Jesus to give him borrowed belief so that he can make it through his time and so that he can make it through where he is for the day. Y'all, straight from the source, I want to challenge your belief today. I want to challenge you to believe greater than you've ever believed. And then after you believe that, then I want you to go and I want you to go I want you to exercise that belief by showing some physical action to follow it. The Bible tells us that faith without works is dead. And at the end of the day, that's true. Because if you believe that you're going to go to work and you believe you're going to get a check, then that's going to determine how you show up to work. But if you believe that you're going to go to work and you're not going to get a check, that's going to affect your movement. That's going to affect your actions. That's going to affect your attitude. Family, this has been Straight from the Source. We came from Mark chapter 9 today. I just wanted to leave that on you because it's been on me as well. And be encouraged, right? Be encouraged because for you, everything that you desire is on the other side of belief, of action, And just like Jesus told us in verse 29, prayer. All right, family, we're about to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Speak Your Success. Looking for an exciting workout that's not only fun but makes you feel alive? It's time to step up your fitness. Extreme Hip Hop with Treese, that's your answer. This isn't your typical workout. Extreme Hip Hop with Treese is an energizing step workout that combines simple moves with fresh beats, both old and new, creating an atmosphere that makes fitness exciting. With a focus on all elements of fitness, cardio, muscular conditioning, flexibility, and balance, you're guaranteed to burn calories and get addicted to the energy. Extreme becomes your safe space, which is a welcome environment where everyone is accepted. It's where you can let go of those worries of the world and focus on getting healthy. Ready to get energized? Join Extreme Hip Hop with Treese today. All right, all right, all right, all right. Family, welcome back to Speak Your Success. Welcome back. Y'all, good morning, good morning, good morning. Leslie Braggs, good morning. Walter the Encourager Price, I love it. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Thank y'all for popping in and joining us this morning. Hey, if you're really enjoying the show so far this morning, one thing I need you to do, I need you to go ahead and just hit that thumbs up on YouTube, because that allows us to be able to share this message with more people. And that also allows YouTube to say, hey, people like this content, so we should get this content to more people. So y'all just go ahead and hit that thumbs up for us. And of course, drop a comment down in the comment section so we can say, hey, we can say good morning, we can say what's up. Leslie and Walter and everybody else who's tuning in, go ahead and drop in the comments, where are you tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from? I just want to do a post check and see where y'all are tuning in from, where y'all are rocking from. Because right now, it is 13 minutes after the hour, and y'all, this is Speak Your Success in the morning. And like I said, we're live every Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time to 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. And y'all, today we're gonna do something a little bit different today. And today, Jacksonville, Florida, sunny Jacksonville, Florida, stand up. I love it, Leslie. I love it. So y'all, what we're gonna do a little bit different here today is, today I wanted to open up the floor, and I wanted to connect with you all, and I wanted to hear what are some questions that I can answer for you. And the reason why I wanted to answer some questions is because you all have been hopping on the stream, been hopping on the broadcast, and for one, you might say, John, this content has been great, and John, but I want to know more about you. Right? I want to know more about you. How did you get here? What are you doing? What even makes you credible to be on this morning show? So I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk a little bit about me. And then after that, y'all, then I want to hear from you all. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear, what can I answer for you? And how can we help you move your business forward? Okay. So first and foremost, I'm Jonathan Jones. My company initially started as Jonathan Jones Speaks. And it started with me doing my first ever speaking engagement, get this, y'all, in the basement of a church. In the basement of a church. And I actually have that video at the bottom of my YouTube channel. But y'all, I was in the basement of a church with an organization called the Initiative Network. And the Initiative Network was started by a friend of mine named Grant Skeldon. And Grant wanted to be able to raise up people who would be able to go out and share the mission of Christ, right? But this is where I first began speaking, and this is where they began to train my craft, and this is where they began to help me hone in my message. And then from this point, then I went to my alma mater, which is Richland College, which you can see back here, right? On this flyer, you see it says Richland College. And then on this other flyer over here, it says Richland as well. But y'all, this is where I began to speak. And I went to the school one day and I said, hey, student events coordinator, who at that time was Miss Christy Neely. I said, hey, I want to speak. She said, Jonathan, what are you going to speak on? I said, I don't know. But I said, I want to speak, right? I was talking about belief earlier. I believe highly in myself at that time. I was like, I want to speak. I don't know what I'm going to speak about. I don't know who I'm going to speak to, but just let me speak. And then she was like, Jonathan, well, do you have an idea on what you want to speak about? Do you have an idea on what you want to talk about? And I said, nope. I said, I just would love to connect with your school and I want to pour in, right? So from that point, that led to me getting my first speaking engagement, my first paid speaking engagement, to where I was paid $200. They paid me $200 to do a workshop session for them. Okay. Before that, I got paid, I volunteered, then they gave me $25. But I got paid $200 to go into this classroom and speak to this group of men, and they were called the Male Achievement Program. Right? So after doing that, y'all, then I'm like, man, Leslie, I got to speak more places. I was like, Walter, I got to speak more places. I don't know what it takes to speak more places. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I got to speak more places. So then I started a podcast called Speak Your Success. And from Speak Your Success, me creating this podcast in 2017 allowed me to be able to reach and speak to people and be multiple places at once. Anybody here in the chat, let me know if you're like, I would love to be multiple places at once and make a massive impact multiple places at once. So then what did I begin to do? I began to go out, record my podcast episodes, and then as I'm putting out this content, I was able to share this with different people, different places. And then as I was going to these schools and speaking, I was saying, hey, after I leave, I would love to continue to pour value in and love to continue to pour more into you all. How can I do that? Well, that's where the podcast came into play. So y'all, then after doing that, then that led to me having the opportunity to do a TEDx talk. Then that led to the opportunity to where I was able to continue to do more speaking engagements. Leslie, Walter, hey, Dr. Fred, I was able to go from speak literally from California to Rhode Island, right? So schools like I was speaking at Clemson, I spoke at Rhode Island University, spoke at a couple institutions in California. Y'all, this was virtual, this was in person. I was doing all of the things. And then I got to the point to where I put out my first book. And my first book is entitled Process, 14 Surprisingly Simple Behaviors to Skyrocket Millennials to Success, right? So then I began to speak on the things in the book. And that was my first best-selling book. And then a few years later, then I put out this one, Get Paid with Podcasting. And then this book breaks down everything you need to know on how to start a podcast, how to grow a podcast, market it, how to monetize a podcast. So y'all, then after doing all that, then I said, I want to help more people start podcasts, right? I want to help more people start podcasts. I want to help more people start to create content. So then I built a community group. And then from that community, not only did we start helping people create podcasts, but now we've leveraged that into, or parlayed that into a media company. So now we're Speak Your Success Media, to where y'all, not only are we helping people start podcasts, but we're also helping people start speaking, helping people get content, just helping entrepreneurs around the space with those things that they need to really be successful in the business and in the space. So y'all, that's where we're at now. And I would love to see Leslie, Walter, everybody else who's in the chat. I would love to see what questions can I answer for you today. If it's for your business, if it's for your personal and your life, I want to give you some clarity today, right? I want to make sure that today you came into the broadcast, you enjoyed the broadcast, but you left with something that you needed from the broadcast. So feel free to drop a question in the chat, and I would love then to, pull your question up and then see how I can best serve you today. Because y'all, ultimately what I've learned through business and putting up websites and creating funnels and starting podcasts and helping other clients start podcasts, what I've learned is that we don't know what we don't know. And I've paid a coach to help me start or create funnels. I've paid a coach to help me run a challenge. I've paid coach to help me speaking. I paid a coach to help me launch my book, right? This one and my other book. And it was actually my dad, and he charged me $5,000. Wow, okay? $5,000 to launch my first book. So after, being in business since 2017, really been speaking and coaching and consulting, y'all, now I want to share and give a little bit back to you. So are there any questions that I can answer for you this morning? If it be based on speaking, if it be based on business, whatever it might be, let me know in the chat. And I want to get you some clarity this morning, right? Kind of like a hot seat type vibe, right? Hot seat type situation. But Yeah, I just want to share that with you all because at the end of the day, y'all, we all need help in our business and understanding that we can't go to a level that we've never been to, or we can't go to a level that we've never been exposed or introduced to. That's why there's coaches. That's why there's consultants. That's why there's people who can speak into our business and share things that we may or may not have known before. Okay? So yeah, y'all. This is Speaker Success in the Morning. Like I said, every Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard to 7 a.m. Central Standard. We're live. We're local, located in Dallas, Texas. Looking forward to getting out. And what you're going to see more from us is you're going to see more from us in terms of pop-ups. Like you might see us at your local, your local community center. You might see us at your local shop here in the DFW area, Dallas Fort Worth, because we're getting out to the community, we're getting into the people, and we're really pouring into the people in that way. Right? And one last thing I want to share with you all just before we take another commercial break. But with doing that and with wanting to share and with wanting to elevate not only the stories of the community, but also the people of the community, with us being live 5 days a week, this is a level of exposure that many people's businesses may not get in terms of eyes on their brand throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year. Because we're live 5 times a week and we're going live for 4 weeks. That's 20 days that people eyes can be on you and your brand. So now what we're getting ready to do is we're getting ready to help other people market their business. So if you're in the market and you're looking for somebody to help you promote your business, advertise your business, create a commercial for your business, y'all just send me a DM to @JonathanJonesSpeaks on Instagram, or reply to the email that you might have received to get this live broadcast link and say, I'm interested, and we can hop on the phone and we can have a conversation, right? Don't be so quick to say, oh, that's gonna cost too much, or oh, I can't do that. No, 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 no. Today, remember the word we talked about. We talked about belief. We talked about belief. So believe enough in yourself just to have a conversation and just see where it goes. All right, family? See where it goes. But family, we're about to take a quick commercial break. And when we return with more Speak Your Success. All right? Do you want to feel confident in your skin every day? Introducing Skin Rituals, a luxury home-based skin studio that specializes in hyperpigmentation, acne, and personalized treatments for every skin type. Owned by solo esthetician and registered nurse Courtney Durham, Skin Rituals is all about curating facial treatments designed just for you. Hydrate, brighten, nourish, and soothe your skin with expert care and cutting-edge techniques that promote natural healing. Whether you're looking for a relaxing facial or a transformative chemical peel, Skin Rituals offers results-driven treatment tailored to your needs. With over 7 years of experience, Courtney's goal is to help you safely achieve the healthy skin that you deserve. At Skin Rituals, we believe that taking care of your skin is an investment in your confidence. Book your appointment today and leave every session feeling grateful for the choice that you made to take care of yourself. Skin Rituals, because your skin deserves the very best. Welcome back, y'all. It's Speak Your Success in the Morning. Today is April 23rd, 2025. Great day to be alive. And y'all, we talked about belief in the message earlier. And now this is just a word of wisdom for my business owners, right? For me to have been in business at this point since 2017, y'all, the biggest thing I want you to know and the biggest thing that I want to share with you in this time, first of all, if you really don't take pride in your process and your product, how can you expect anybody else to take pride in your process and product? Thank you, KCJ. We're here, KCJ. Um, but y'all, the other part that I want you just to take with you and to consider today is also In order to be able to successfully help people within your business, this might go over some people's head. You might say, John, that's so simple. In order to show people that you can help them in their business, get this, actually help people in their business. John, what are you talking about? Well, look. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying right here. This is what I'm saying right here. If you're starting out in business, if you're a new entrepreneur or you're new in business or you want to start your own business, just drop a one in the chat. I just want to see something. If you're new in business, you're a new entrepreneur, and you're just getting started, let me know. Drop a one in the chat. We're about to have an honest conversation this morning. Drop a one in the chat for me. Just hit me with a little one in the chat. I want to see where we at. I want to do it just quick pulse check. Quick pulse check this morning. Pulse check. Pulse check. We there? We here? Check. So typically, in today's time, what we're seeing is more and more people are creating more and more businesses, right? But the fact of the matter is, more and more businesses will not be successful if a few things. The first thing is this: people need to know you for what it is that you say you do. If somebody asks any of y'all, what does John do? What does John do? You will be able to say that John hops on this talk show every single morning, right? Every single morning, Monday through Friday, John is on this show. He's talking, him and producer Britt, they're talking about the show. They're talking about what's going on. They're bringing us content, right? I see you, Leslie. Thank you for your one. I see you, Casey J. So now the question I have for you is, and y'all can talk to me in the chat, do people know what it is that you say that you do, right? I can tell people I'm a podcaster. I can tell people that I have a media company. I can tell people that I speak. But if people never see me speak, if people never see me on any form of show, if people never see me take the time to put out podcast content, they will never believe that I am any of those things. And now the question is to you. Do people know, even your closest family and or friends, do they know what you do or what you say that you do? If the 5 closest people around you don't actually believe or know that you bake cakes or you knit or you do any of these things, then can we really say that we're in business or we're serious about our business? That's the first thing. The second thing is, let's get tangible. Let's get real tangible. So first, you need to tell more people about your business, right? And everybody hopping into the broadcast, hopping into the stream, y'all go ahead, hit that thumbs up button just down below. Hit that thumbs up button so YouTube will get notified and they'll say, hey, people like that content. We need to get that content out to more people, right? So that's the first thing. People need to know what you do in your business. So you need to tell people and you need to show people. Hey, y'all, you didn't know I bake cakes? Well, check this out. Check out my Instagram page. We got pound cake. We got lemon bar. We got red velvet cake. We got chocolate cake. So now people can get to the spots where they say, oh, wow, you really do this. And they're going to say, well, can you make birthday cakes? And then that's the part where you say, of course I can make birthday cakes. But if they didn't see you make 3, 4, 5 other cakes, then they wouldn't believe it. Okay? If y'all are with me in the chat, just let me know. Say, I'm with you. Say, I'm with you. Number two, we have to begin to stack our authority. John, what are we talking about with this authority stacking business? What does that mean? This is what authority stacking means. At the end of the day, if I ask you, if I said, when you think of burgers, what's the first place you're thinking of? Somebody let me know something in the chat. If you're thinking of burgers, right? What brand are we thinking of? If you think of burger, what was the first brand, chain, restaurant to come to mind? Somebody help me out in the chat. Okay. Somebody said McDonald's. Yeah. McDonald's is a good one. Somebody said Burger King. Yes. What? Somebody said Shake Shack. Okay. These are all burger joints, right? These are all burger spots. And the reason why you think of these places is because Leslie, you my girl, because I love Five Guys. These are burger spots that are associated with your mind most often. And this is relevant for what? This is relevant for us to apply in our business. Where does this apply? This applies because we can now say, if I'm thinking of Five Guys, if I'm thinking of Burger King every time that I want a burger, they've done something right. They own the space in my head of where I would think about that thing and or place. So now the question becomes for you, because they have authority in your mind. The question now for you is, how can you begin to stack authority when people think of your Leslie, what is your business? Leslie, drop your business for me in the chat. Like what genre or what area or what focus is your business? Is it like consulting? Is it speaking? Like what is it? Drop that in the chat for me. Y'all, so here's the deal. When it comes to authority stacking, if you have no authority whatsoever, you can try to charge people, right? You can always try to charge people, but people may not pay. They may not pay. However, if you began to be in the spot to where you're saying, okay, I haven't helped people just yet in this space, so people aren't willing to pay me. What can I do? What can I do so that now people will begin to say, you know what? I am willing to pay you. This is what we can begin to do. This is what we can begin to do. We can start helping people, giving them a price. They can say, no, I can't do that. You say, okay, well, I'll do it for free. I will do it for free. And I know for some people that's a cuss word. They say, John, oh my goodness. No, I can't do it for free. Leslie said, women's ministry and speaking. That's wonderful, Leslie. Because I guarantee you, there's places wherever you live. You said Jacksonville. There's places in Jacksonville, there's churches, there's schools, there's prisons, there is high schools, elementary schools. There are places to where you can go in, Leslie, and you can begin to speak to these youth, these young ladies, young men, whatever these groups of people are, and then you can say, you know what? I'm going to add value to you all because I just believe in what I have, and I know it'll serve you well. Think about it. If you've never done this before and been paid for it, but then you go in and do it for free, and then you tear the house down, right? KCJ, you tear the house down. You go in, you add value. People are like, oh my goodness, this was so great. I am so grateful for you. Oh, this was amazing. If that happens, right? If you do your job right, now there's a few things that you'll have, right? Y'all, the whole theme of today is belief. The whole theme is belief. Because one, if you do it for somebody else, then they'll believe now in the product, and then they'll be willing to share that product with other people. That's the first part. The other part is, if you do this right, let me take the glasses off. If you do this right, now you'll have people who will be willing to give you what? Be willing to give you a testimonial. And if they give you a testimonial, now you can use this testimonial to where you can go and you can show it to other people. Why is that relevant? Why does it make sense? John, why do I need a testimonial? A testimonial is credibility. Credibility creates cash flow. So if we have credibility with people, or even if it's one person, now we take that first step. So let's say I go and I spoke at Leslie's church. And then Leslie's like, oh my goodness, Jonathan, you did amazing. You really added value to my audience. And I say, Leslie, can I get that testimonial? Leslie gives me a testimonial. Now I can go over to Casey J's business. And I say, Casey J, look, this is what I just did for Leslie. Watch this real quick. Casey J watches it. And she says, oh, wow, that's amazing. Can you do that for my group? And then I'll say, of course I can. Casey J is going to be like, how much does it cost? Or she might be like, we don't have the budget. And then that's the question to when I can say, well, what do you have the budget for? And then now I'm in a conversation to where we're actually talking finances, we're actually talking dollars, we're actually talking cents. versus me going in saying, hey, pay me, and I don't have no credibility to show nobody. Is that making sense? Let me know in the chat, y'all. Good morning. This is Speak Your Success in the Morning. Y'all, we're live every Monday through Friday. And y'all, this is a platform to where I've created, and my co-host, also producer Britt. Y'all, we create this platform to elevate not only minority and marginalized stories, but y'all, we create this platform to create an equal and level playing field around education and information. We're here to educate you so that not only you, I, and everyone else, we can lift as we climb, but y'all, if that's the case, then we're elevating everybody around us. Oh my goodness, we're elevating everybody around us, y'all. We got to keep doing this thing. We got to keep on rocking. We got to keep on rolling and continuing to add value not only to each other, but also adding value to the masses around us. Y'all, we're gonna take a quick commercial break here on Speak Your Success. But like I said before, y'all, drop your questions in the chat. Drop your business questions in the chat, because I wanna make sure that we really serve and support you and we add value to you specifically on this episode. I want to do a specific episode for you all today to give back, since y'all been faithfully and giving back and rocking with us here on the channel, okay? So during this commercial break, I want you to think about whatever your question is. I want you to drop it in the chat, and I want to be able to give you some real hands-on coaching, okay? Hands-on coaching in real life, in real time. Y'all, this is Speak Your Success in the Morning. I'm Jonathan Jones, and we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Are you a new or budding entrepreneur looking to set your business up for success? Profit Mode is here to help you navigate your entrepreneurial journey with expert education and services. From tax planning and bookkeeping to selecting the right business structure, Profit Mode has you covered. They'll even educate you on how to properly set up your business for building credit so you can grow with confidence. Profit Mode's mission is to provide you with the tools and guidance you need to establish a solid foundation for your business. Whether you're just getting started or you're ready to take the next step, we're here to support your goals. Let Profit Mode help you turn that entrepreneurial dream into a reality with the knowledge and services to back it up. Your success starts with the right foundation. Contact Profit Mode today to get started. All right, all right, all right, y'all. We're back. We're back with more Speaker Success in the Morning. Like I said, today is our laser coaching session. And the reason why I want to do this is, just like I said before, wanted just to continue to add value to you all, because you all have been so faithful in adding value to us here at Speak Your Success in the Morning. Y'all, when I tell you it is a challenge to get up every single morning at 5 o'clock to go through our run through, producer Britt and myself, we go through our run through, we get ready for the show. Earlier this week, well, not earlier this week, but yesterday, we had on a guest. She is the president and CEO of North Texas Food Bank. And we had the opportunity to talk with her and just talk about the ways that they're adding value to the North Texas County, North Texas County as a whole. So that was a great conversation. And y'all, I mean, you might not be in Texas, but one thing that I would just encourage you on is seeing where the food banks are near you, because there is a large population that fall into like the working poor, and just knowing that there are some resources that you can benefit from if you might identify as the working poor, because the average Americans, we're working paycheck to paycheck, and that's just where we are. That's the world we live in. So y'all, don't be ashamed to hey, get these benefits, get these resources, and leverage these so that ultimately, you can set yourself up well, you can set your family up well, and you can win in that way. Okay, y'all, if you're not subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe, right? You're watching this broadcast on YouTube, more than likely. Hit that subscribe button, because like I said, we're providing you content every single morning, Monday through Friday. And we just want to continue to elevate and educate the masses, sharing the marginalized minority stories, because we need this information, y'all. And we need to continue to share it with one another. If we don't share it, then who else Will. Have y'all been getting value from today's episode so far? Have you been getting value from me giving this laser coaching this morning? Talking a little bit about how we can authority stack, right? Stacking that authority, talking a little bit about even how you can leverage your credibility from speaking somewhere previously, right? Because Leslie said that she's in women's ministry and speaking. So I want to give her a real life, tangible example. And for my other aspiring speakers out there, y'all, now more than ever before, now is probably one of the best times to start speaking. Now is one of the best times to start a podcast. And I'm always gonna advocate for podcasting. One, we need more black and brown women in podcasting. And the reason why is because you all are so educated, you all are so talented, you all are so gifted, you all are so bright. And people need to hear from you all. Y'all, the majority of my clients that I work with are extremely educated, professional women. And as I talk with them and as I hear more about them and as I hear about the doctoral degrees that they have or the master's degrees or the experiences that they have, I'm like, whoa, you need to tell more people about these. But so often, black and brown women in our community, and y'all, if I'm wrong, please let me know. If I'm wrong, please, please, please shoot me down, okay? If I am wrong, please shoot me down. But what I have noticed about the black and brown women that I have worked with, there are times to where they may not feel as confident sharing what's true. I'm not talking about bragging. I'm just talking about them sharing what is already true. It's a truth. It's a fact. And the reason typically why is because they don't want to make their other counterparts feel insecure, feel less than. But the time is up for us playing small in 2025. Y'all, you have a story, you have a message, you have something that needs to be shared and needs to be pushed out to the world. So the only way it's going to happen is by you pushing it out. We can't say, I'm waiting for Jesus to bring me home. That can be true. You can wait for Jesus to bring you home all day. But at the end of the day, he's going to ask you, what did you do with the gifts that I gave you? What did you do with the experiences I gave you? What did you do with the talent that I gave you? Did you take it? Did you multiply it? Or did you take it and did you sit on it? All right, y'all. So what I want to get ready to just wrap this on the tail end of the show with, we talked about authority stacking. We talked about, people going and be able to leverage, be able to leverage those testimonials. But too often, another area we all miss the mark. If we're not careful, this is an area we can miss the mark in business. Having conversations with people and listening intentionally. Yeah. Listening with intention. It's easy to have a conversation with somebody. And I'll give y'all a perfect example. This is how it goes right here, Casey. This is how it goes right here, Walter. Hey, what's up, John? Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good, man. You doing good? Yeah, I'm good. Everything good. Boom, boom. We just move. We just move on. Just move on. Yeah, I said I'm good. Yeah, they said they're good. But the fact of the matter is, the lucid experience. What's going on? The lucid experience in the building. Love to see it. Brr, brr, brr. Y'all, but the fact of the matter is this. Too often, we're asking people questions, but we're not really listening to what they're saying. Why is this relevant? This is relevant because in business, you have to hear what people are saying, but you also have to hear what people are not saying. And y'all, a lot of times, you might be talking to somebody like, how you doing? They be like, I'm good. And you're like, wait, what? I'm good. Wait. No. Then you got to bring it back. No, how are you really doing? I'm curious. Like what's going on? And this happens in business often. We're talking to people and they're telling us, oh man, I don't have revenue coming in my business. Oh man, I need more eyes on my business. Oh man, my company, the climate of my company currently is struggling. People will say this without saying these exact words. And that's when you have to listen and say, well, what, whoa, wait. You have to say, wait a minute. What would you like to see happen in your business? And they say, well, I want people to enjoy this work environment. And you're like, okay, well, you say, okay, you want them to enjoy. Well, in a perfect world, what would that look like for you? And then they began to explain it, right? Or if you want to get real technical with the questions, you ask people, because this is one of my favorite questions I ask people on a coaching call. In the next 30 days, what would you like to accomplish? Somebody talk to me in the chat. Somebody talk to me in the chat. In the next 30 days, what would you like to accomplish? This is a real question right now. This is real time coaching, okay? In the next 30 days, what would you like to accomplish in your business? Somebody tell me in the chat. Because at the end of the day, the quality of questions that are being asked will determine the quality of response they will get or that we can give. If we don't know what somebody wants to accomplish in the next 30 days, how can we help them? Hello? If we don't know that somebody's looking for marketing in their business, how can you help them market? That's why I told y'all earlier, that's one thing that we're starting to do with my company. We're going to allow you to market with our company here. We're going to allow you to, we're going to allow you to let us know if you want us to run an ad for you, we can run an ad for you. We can run it on Monday. We can run it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We can help you advocate your business and advertise your business. Okay? Like the Lucid Experience just said, I want to increase subscriber count on YouTube and reach of my podcast. The Lucid Experience, how many subscribers do you have right now? Well, no. How many subscribers do you want to have in the next 30 days? Let's just go there. Leslie Bragg says, start and finish the rough draft of my book. Leslie, see, if I knew that earlier, I could have referred you to my dad. My dad helps authors write books. My dad helps authors become best-selling authors, right? He has a program called Bestseller Overnight. Leslie, send me a DM to @JonathanJonesSpeaks. Send me a DM to @JonathanJonesSpeaks, and I will send you over my dad's information. So we can help you start and finish the rough draft of your book. We can get that going. The Lucid Experience, send me a DM also to @JonathanJonesSpeaks. I want to have a conversation with you. But y'all, these are the questions we need to begin to ask people. And that's @JonathanJonesSpeaks. That's on Instagram, y'all. That's on Instagram, okay? But if we don't ask people direct questions, we can't get direct answers. And if we can't get direct answers, then that's going to make it challenging to be able to serve and support them at the highest level. Okay, so in the next 30 days, Leslie says she wants 100, realistically, but I want to get monetized, so I'm going for the gusto. I love it. Yeah. The Lucid Experience, let's have a conversation for sure. Okay, so we got to ask people clear questions. We got to, and then from there, then we can take a step back and say, wow, based on this question this person asked me, am I in a position to where I can help them? And y'all, here's the thing. This is gonna be like one of my points I really drive home. So I might be here for a little bit, y'all. But if you are somebody that an individual sees you in the position to be able to ask you, how did you do that? Right? How did you do that? I don't understand. How did you do that? If somebody asks you that question, they're asking you because they already view you in the seat of an authority, or they already view you in the seat of a leader in that space. So if they're asking you this, then this means, what does this mean, John? If they're asking you this means they believe that you can help them. So don't do this, okay? If somebody says, oh, hey, Leslie, can you help me with XYZ? Don't do, oh, no. I can't help you with that. I can't help you with that. Y'all, we have to stop shutting people down who see us at like a 10, and we then say, no, 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 no. And we bring ourselves down to a 5 in their eyes. We have to stop discrediting ourselves. You're too talented. You're too gifted. You have experiences. Let's park it here. Let me put it in park, and let me just stop right here for a second. There are experiences that you have that you can walk people through and educate them in to ultimately move them forward in a particular area. True or false? Just give me a T or F in the chat if you know that's true. If you know based on your life that you've lived and based on just things that you've done and things that you've accomplished, that you have the ability to be able to really help people in a certain area. True or false? Y'all, I wish somebody would ask me, John, can you help me start my podcast? Yes, I can. How fast do you want to start it? If somebody asked me, can I help them start a podcast? I could get their podcast up today. Period. No questions asked. Because I believe. Y'all, I've put out just under 800 podcast episodes produced in my career. So for y'all, what is that area to where you have that level of experience, that level of expertise, to where you ultimately can show somebody the way? And then they can pay you for it. People pay for speed. People will always pay for speed. But what people don't pay for excuses. People don't pay for making them rethink. Oh, did I ask the right person? Did I ask the right question? Wait a minute. Actually, I don't know if I want you to help me anymore because you don't even think you can help me. And if that's the case, then I don't want you to help me. Hello. Hello. Hello, Lights and Wall. So y'all, today, like I said, this was more kind of like right at you type of episode today with Speaker Success in the Morning. Typically, we flow through the show and we have multiple segments. Today, we hit on straight from the source, and then today we just got into this like laser coaching situation. But if y'all enjoyed this content, I want you to do two things for me. If you enjoyed this content, first and foremost, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can stay connected and you don't miss any episodes here on the platform. But also, if you enjoyed this content, I want you just to give me a like. Just like the video so we know that you enjoyed it. And if we know that you enjoyed this, then y'all, guess what? We can bring it back. We can do more of this. Y'all can even, and I might regret this later, but y'all can even send your questions. Send your questions to @JonathanJonesSpeaks, right? I want to know your business questions. I want to know where you are in your business so I can see if I even potentially can help you. Because Leslie says she want to get the book going. The Lucid Experience said that they want to get more subscribers for the podcast and for the channel, get monetized. Y'all, I want to talk more to y'all so I can see how we can serve you all through this content. Or even if, we need to take it offline, I need to coach you offline, we can do that as well. Rosemary Young, welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings. I just got on. Rosemary Young, you're going to want to go ahead and catch the replay of this one because, y'all, we went laser coaching on this episode today. So, Rosemary, go ahead and catch the replay. Because we're about to get ready to wrap this up, but I guarantee it will bless you. I guarantee it'll bless you. And anybody else hopping in, catching the replay, just drop something in the comments. Just write replay gang, or watching on replay. Just drop a comment so we know that you tuned in and you enjoyed the content. But y'all, this is Speaker Success in the Mornings. We're live every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard to 7 a.m. Central Standard. We're about to go ahead and get out of here. My final word today is belief. Belief. If you don't believe enough in yourself or in your business, then find somebody else that you can borrow their belief long enough to where you can then be able to progress and move forward until you can help somebody else do the same thing. All right, family, this is Jonathan Jones for Speaker Success in the Morning. I'm gonna give a peace and I'm gonna give a God bless on behalf of myself and on behalf of producer Britt. This is Speak Your Success in the Morning. And family, remember, remember, remember. Speak your success, believe in your greatness, and continue to create the life and business of your dreams. Why should you and why would you live any other way? Belief, belief, belief. I love y'all. Peace and God bless.